Stunning details this evening of how a firearm license ended up in the hands of a man whom the police believe was a member of a criminal gang and involved in lottery scamming.
TVJ News has received documents confirming that even though the Firearm Licensing Authority FLA initially denied the application, the National Security Minister of the day overruled the entity.
The update comes after last year's revelation that people of, quote, questionable character, end quote, were granted gun licenses. TVJ's Andrea Chisholm has this primetime news exclusive.
In March 2014, a man we will call Person A applied for a firearm license for a 9mm pistol. A report from the Audit and Complaints Department of the Firearm Licensing Authority FLA said they gave favorable consideration to the applicant. At that time, the National Intelligence Bureau of the Jamaica Constabulary Force had no intelligence or criminal concerns against Person A. But all that changed when the FLA's Audit and Complaints Department got two anonymous letters in August and September 2015. Those letters had nothing good to say about Person A, describing him as hostile, aggressive, and unable to restrain himself, adding that if Person A gets a firearm license, he would be a threat to himself and others. The anonymous letters clearly stated that Person A was developing into a don, using his businesses to disguise illegitimate earnings and assets. Interestingly too, one of the letters claims Person A paid an FLA employee $150,000 to get a firearm license. Now, those letters triggered another investigation by the police. They concluded that Person A is a member of a notorious gang, was involved in lottery scamming, and was suspected to have an illegal gun. The police also indicated that Person A was a person of interest and a violence producer. Those new findings led the FLA board and the FLA review board to backtrack on their decision to give Person A a firearm license, saying he is no longer fit and proper. Following that development, Person A, through his lawyer, appealed the FLA's decision with then National Security Minister Robert Montague. A December 2016 letter read in part, "The Minister has reviewed your client's application and has granted Person A approval for a firearm user's license for a 9mm pistol." So, TVJ News wrote to the Ministry of National Security asking why Robert Montague approved a firearm license to a man who the police say was a member of a gang and involved in lottery scamming. There was no written response from Mr. Montague, who was later shifted to the Transport and Works portfolio during the March cabinet reshuffle. TVJ News later wrote to the new National Security Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, asking for an explanation. Mr. Chang, in a letter dated June 2018, indicated that the minister's approval was based on Section 37A3 of the Firearms Act. It says, "The minister, upon receipt and consideration of the reports of the review board, shall give to the authority such directions as the minister may think fit." Mr. Chang added that he was not privy to any consideration that Mr. Montague had to arrive at his decision. The letter also stated that depending on the information presented, the Minister of National Security may change the decision of the review board. During March 2016 to April 2018, 209 firearm appeal cases were completed. The National Security Minister deferred in 29 appeal cases. In essence, the minister overruled the review board and granted firearm permits in 29 appeal cases. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.